To fall down now 2-1. For guys like Mutiris and Roman, as we just heard in the interview there, this is kind of being the life goal. This is what it's all been building towards. And I think it could be them falling into that 2-2 matchup if they don't recover here on Nuke is terrifying.
Yeah, and they initially delivered, as you say, going 2-0 up is crazy. I think part of the worry, even though sAw have an immense map win streak that, yes, Cloud9 broke yesterday, but they still have won this map 10 out of 11 times this year, is that paiN delivered a 10-2 CT side to ENCE just yesterday. And look at where they're beginning on that defensive half of Nuke. Let's see if they can do it again. Fast out the door, we've got Julie's on top, and well, they drop 2 kills, 3 from kawes. Beautiful start to this map, and sAw already a sinking feeling. We know they have depth on this one, there's no doubt about it, but right now, paiN are playing to a different level. And they must feel unbeatable after that first game, chucking a pistol round. They're here to stay. Yeah,
I think that's the thing that's going to hurt the most, right? Is that if you're paiN, in the same way that coming into the major, sAw were riding on like this real hot streak and feeling good about it from a team that was, you know, maybe overlooked a little and then had to recover back at the RMRs. They were riding on this momentum, riding on this high. paiN are now on that same wavelength, right? They didn't come into this series as the favorites. They didn't come into this series with crazy expectations, and yet here they are, a map up. Stellar performances from guys like bigazera across the tournament. There's this degree where, as far as paiN are concerned, they feel untouchable, and they're playing with real confidence right now on a map that's been so good to sAw, a map that usually they feel so good on, but you lose the pistol, and so now you have to stew in those shortcomings of Vertigo. You have to stew in that feeling for a little bit longer before the guns get to come out.
It's just perfect. They just run them down in lobby. Sure, it's Glocks, but they're still playing with a degree of disrespect. paiN are playing to win. And there's something to be said about that from a team that no one even expected. A team many had 0-3 on their pick'ems. A team that beat number 35, number 50, number 51 in the world in the Americas RMR to get here. We brushed them aside. We rolled our eyes. Prove it. They are right now.
I think it's really important for sAw's mental and their ability to get back into this game that they find success here and now, right? You don't want to fall down in the first rifle. It's the one time where the T-side economy can actually feel a little vulnerable as well.
Especially when a bonus beats you.
So you would be like handing paiN a very significant leg up here.
With that, you know, track record in your head, a 10-2 CT over Glaive. All right, popping through a ramp smoke is dangerous. Nissim should be traded here. He takes 2 with him. Pistols out, he's got the ammo, but he's not got the longevity. 2 frags is fantastic for a ramp player, though.
He's done all he had to do. A ramp player with an MP9, getting exec'd on by 4 players, and he gets out with a double kill. Even the spacing there, a little awkward for sAw as they come out to ramp. They struggled at getting that trade. I didn't even feel like they really felt like they had to get the trade. It should have come through from that second player. But it leaves them in a weird spot now where they're a man down. They don't want to drop down towards B. They know the rotates would have come through, so they're going to try and keep paiN guessing by going a little quiet in the mid-round, retaking the lobby.
Oh, God.
Lux lies in wait, another MP9. Are these going to be the worst nightmares of sAw? They brush it aside. Aros Dos seems to think they're still in with a chance.
It's a huge gap here. kawes is a risky move to go and try and deny this plant, try and fight before his team are here. Goes after the fact. They've looked away. He's got a gap, and he takes it. Instant kill. A couple of flashes primed for a retake here. paiN can play together. They have got kawes very low, but trades can be a factor. In comes the util. Passive positions from sAw. Mutiris needs to thin the herd, but he's dinked immediately. Nade for the bomb. But they're blocking each other. This is uncomfortable. This is claustrophobic. It's only Roman. In a 1v3, he's found that first. kawes on the stick, and the headshot comes through. Cover from the captain. You can't doubt him. It's bigazera winning the round.
That's a bonus round win for paiN Gaming on sAw's map pick. they really put themselves in a great spot now. The MP9 over at Ramp, Nissim just shreds through sAw as they try to move into his playground, to his real estate.
And to think that, you know, when we thought about sAw before Copenhagen Major, it was, what's a sAw Major heartbreak? It's the Antwerp, you know, RMR failed qualification against VP with the last second stick, albeit a different roster for the most part. But now, can you imagine a world where sAw pulled the reverse sweep they did at the RMR this time, only to do the inverse when it really mattered?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I mean, and I think the set of emotions that go along with that are so different, right? When you're coming back from 0-2 down, it's a very impressive feat, but there's this certain level of, well, we got nothing left to lose, and so I think, you know, it allowed a good degree of openness. They talked about how they really wanted to just move forward playing their own game at the RMR, and how it felt like actually those discussions, whatever was said, rubbed off on them at every tournament past that point as well. But in at the major where you have a 2-0 start and you feel like your job's as good as done with how well you've all been playing, with how untouchable you've looked. And now it all gets called into question.
Yeah.
You know, that's a very harsh trip back to reality for sAw.
And even though we have a vent lurk smoke, paiN know no one's down because they had to break the vent. Lux has got a pre-rotation to B. There's a double ramp hold. This one is blatant for paiN. They know exactly what's going on. They're about to confirm it. As the smoke fades, the orb takes a life. Nissim does fall towards hell, but he takes one with him, and any more for NQZ would be fantastic. Okay, nothing, but 3-on-3, and with B already controlled by Lux in that pre-rotation, sAw, there's no safe haven here. Gonna slow it down again. But paiN have established, they've rooted themselves in their spots right now, and there is no reason to move. Lux has an excellent position to be. Although he's very open, starting to move now.
He's going to get behind the silo. He's all well and good now.
Yeah, this is fine. Or at least you thought it was.
Has to extinguish that. Flashes himself out for a fight, but ends up crossing, trying to spot over this smoke. He sees numbers out from ramp. Big Azera getting activated on the flank. Lux is getting whittled down, but that's given enough time for Big Azera to arrive to the party.
Still here.
They finally deal with Lux, but it's that big man from the ramp flank that they're worried about. Right here, ready to rob sAw of another chance. Big Azera playing his hand through the smoke, nails Arastos. And Mutiris is in hot water.
No time.
10 seconds, bomb retrieved, but he's open to something. He's open to one of these angles, and they could finish it right now. Cowes will.
It's a great play for Cowes because he doesn't swing the plant because he knows that could be a fake. There's time for a fake. I don't want to give away a 1v1, but the second the stick actually comes through, that's when he swings. He knows that gun is not going to be out in time. It's a perfect way of having your cake and eating it too. He's got wine and raisins, Harry. He started with grapes. He's got them all. Nice shutdown from Big Azera on the flank. 2 kills as well. Couldn't have timed that better. As Lux gets caught in an awkward position, he still makes the most of it and buys so much time for his team. 4-0, more plants, more buys, no rounds.
NQZ keeping it dynamic on the orb, aggressive outside, but Mutiris will find him.
Good flash.
Finally, you get one of these kind of untraded man advantages, right? You're no longer having to worry about the double ramp setup. You get away with a clean 5v4. And so hopefully this can be a bit of a turning point for sAw, a chance for them to make it more competitive. You feel like if they can't convert on this one, then the alarms are really going off if they're not already.
Roman's got a lot of info. He's heard 2 vent drops, one was a fake. He's heard a hot roof player step. They are confused at what's real, what's not. And oh, I love the double door fade. This is a guaranteed 1-for-1, and it could be just a free entry kill here for paiN. There's no way you can get 2 kills out, and Roman can't even connect a shot. What a great move from paiN to sit 2 inside of the smoke. 4-on-4. They double down from ramp to B. And sAw losing their lurk on upper. They essentially have their hand forced. Are they all coming through decon? This is desperate. Unless Arastos takes that bomb back up the vent, this feels so constricting. They run through the smoke. Bigazera's in the site. You don't even know about that second man who comes swinging. Ujax finds him, but Bigazera never moving. And that bomb going up is denied. Cowards on the top site is making quite the redemption from what was the bottom or second bottom rated player of this major. He is having a fantastic series today. 2 timeouts for sAw. We are 5 rounds in. 2 timeouts. This is their best map, and right now they're crumbling under the pressure.
And that's definitely, you know, what this is for sAw. It's the pressure of the occasion. It's the how kind of momentous this was. This was what the big push at the RMRs was for. And they came into this with a big degree of confidence. That's something you've even seen in the interviews, right? The idea that they put their best foot forward on that redemption run through the RMRs. They felt like they were in a really good place showing up in the major. And now all of that is getting called into question. And it's from a powerful position. It's from a position where you were favorites in these games. Yeah. And that's a whole different ball game to the one that they embarked upon back at the RMRs.
Underdog buff really is real.
And like, I mean, just even look at, you know, Bigazera and Cowards, who have been like these kind of 2 mobile players in a lot of these rounds. 8-0 for Cowards, who, as you just said, second bottom rated player. Bigazera, top rated player of the tournament, 6-0 to start.
Look at
it just feels like he is in the head of sAw. He is roaming around the map, seeking every available fight. He knows he's gonna win them.
That's a crazy place. Just swing through the wall of smokes outside. He's not even scared of Silo. And by the way, he knows Ujax is here, not only just spotting him there, but that molly came through after Mutiris got killed. So there's info. They've pre-rotated Lux down lower. paiN, 5v4. Sure, Bigazera doesn't need to take these fights, but he's feeling invincible. Looking for some kills on the cross. They will make 4 players down. Doesn't look like Bigazera is going to get that spot. Ooh, crossing into Garage.
Yeah, maybe you speak too soon on this one, man. Bigazera, it looked like he was going to get dodged entirely, but he might have another freebie just lined up on a silver platter here.
No way.
Story walks right past him. Bigazera not aware. Out in the yard, weirdness taking place. It's all about who turns first, and it will be Bigazera. Of course it is. That diamond in the rough place. Story thought he'd had a glorious gap found. Instead is another problem, another kill for Bigazera. Both players opening the door at the same time. It's a little awkward, it's a little flustered, and they'll get chewed up by Nissim. Bigazera on this flank, very quickly in. 9-0 for Bigazera, and he's finally dealt with. They finally make a mortal man out of Bigazera. But it might not be enough to win you the round. Ujax dead on the door push. And paiN Gaming continue this 6-round streak. sAw barely making a dent so far.
2 rounds of this game, we've seen such a typical sAw round, which is to get full lower control, have a lurk upper, and then come up the vent with the bomb. Last time they did it, they faked B first. Bigazera stopped them, and Cowards was in heaven with a double kill. This round, while they have lower, I think they want to go at vents, presuming Story gets heaven control. That's such a powerful position to lock down top site. But Bigazera just kills him. It forces sAw to commit to this lower play. Every lower play they've done, they're just swinging out single door. You need more control than that. Okay, that's all good for Cowards. That's a way in, perhaps. A vent drop with the bomb. sAw in a 5-on-4. If they can lock down this rotation point and get a quick plant, maybe they can win this eco. paiN is scrambling right now. This is a nice position for NQZ, though. He's not rushing to help on lower. He's just trying to lock off these flanking players. No one's looking, but Bigazera takes that mantle. 4-on-3. Smokes it down. paiN escalating the pace. This is too late.
It's a rough spot for Mutiris to try to be the hero, but they've just taken their eyes off the back line. Mac-10, not the gun for the job, but if he can find this kill to NQZ, oh, it just gets away from him. Will that be awkward? Because now his teammates are getting thinned out, and this Mac-10 at range is not what you want.
Yeah.
A cleanup from paiN.
That hurts for Mutiris.
And just a second off on that flank. The round was there. There was a path to it for Mutiris.
He knew he couldn't wait forever, but he also had to walk round the railing, which gave Mutiris just enough of a gap to slip through. That's just so uncomfortable. It feels like nothing is going right for sAw. Even though they get the 5v4, they get the drop down B. Look at these numbers, not screaming faith for sAw at the moment. 2-2 looking inevitable. And paiN giving them exactly that. Oh! The util's good to start, but paiN are happy to fight back, breaking the smoke in the door, clearing that. Zera, a monster outside, and he just dodges that AWP. Boost is nice, but Zera knows it's an awkward play. He can play a lot more cautious. This is risky. Only one player around. Oh no.
Quick switching is nerve-wracking, but Roman will get the kill. That's something. Zera is keen to be involved, but his teammates are falling like flies. And so finally sAw might have cooked something up here. Kawes and Lux taking away a bit of lobby control. Will they commit to this wraparound? This is the bomb right here. Roman keeps his wits about him. Are they ready for a second man? Lux nearly with the spray, but Roman keeps the round in check. That bomb not lost in lobby, and for Zera at 11-1, this guy has been the one to watch. But he is just left far too removed from this round.
It's a kit there. I don't know. I say give it a go. But knowing that it's an unrealistic prospect, it may just be sAw allowed to break through. Nice triple kill for Roman. Not the player you would expect to be relying on to win you this first round, but deals with that ramp push, checks his flank again, trays his teammate lobby, just solid. Needed something from sAw, and after paiN lose 5v4 advantage, they push right into that heavy lobby default. So there's something to celebrate for sAw, but not for too long. There will be a rebuy for some time.
Still sat down 0-7. You can see that they've been trying to put him in some positions to succeed, such as the boost in that last round. You know, it's clear he's feeling a little flustered right now, but they're going to need that AWP, especially come the second half.
It's on silo this time. Might have this escape or the jiggle, and he forces the shot. That allows safe passage. Door spam comes through. Roman finding Kawes to open up another round. Oh, that's awkward. Smoke hits him. They have to rush, and the CT's no, but they're full blind. Everyone is. Roman somehow recovers first. Felt flash for an eternity. It might force a save here for paiN. Okay, sAw.
I mean, this whole game, they've just been looking for that one round to kind of bring them back in, to remind them that they have what it takes to win here on this map.
Yeah, there's no question on depth of strat book or experience. Not on Nuke.
Yeah, you've just kind of had to get the individuals back into the game. And so, you know, I think it's a bit of a test as well for folks like Mutiras to try and bring the guys back on side. And so hopefully these few rounds can do that for the sake of sAw. paiN, meanwhile, finally starting to approach the end of the tether for the money here. So that can be a route back in for this sAw squad. Most they're looking at is 5 on the half. The 2 in a row, they're gunning to get there. Should just be a partial at best around these saved guns. So the question now is, you know, how much can Zera and NQZ do with that saved AWP rifle combo? Strangely enough, you know, I'm not willing to count them out, right? Yeah, like with how good Zera's looked. And even that's stressful, I think, if you're sAw. Usually these rounds feel, I don't want to say like a given, you still have to play them with the respect of, as though it's, you know, like a full rifle round with that AWP rifle combo in play. But just the fear when you hold tab and you take a look at the scoreboard and you see that Zera, the game he's having and how much fear he's been able to instill in the roster, it makes you have to play a little cautious, and that's not a quality you ever attribute to sAw here on Nuke.
Don't want to feel like you're playing, you know, not to lose or playing to, scared of your opponent.
Yeah.
You're the favorite. This is your go-to map.
I mean, we've seen sAw do some like wild stuff here on Nuke with how comfortable they are. I've seen Mutira's call for like double vent rotates in one round where they go up, then they go back down, and then they go up again, and they finish topside after taking B.
Ooh. Oh, that could have been nice. There was a run boost. That was an attempt at door pick, I guess, but the smoke comes in and he just decides against it. You know, and paiN got 12 rounds on Vertigo by worse than this with a bunch of 5.7s. Powerful weapons. We have a shotgun on Lux in the hut or above it. You know, paiN are in a great position to win a round like this. They have bigazera jiggling on ramp. This AWP can stay mobile. Nothing is guaranteed, not on T-side and Nuke. Fake on lobby to show their default. They go back to outside smokes. Al starts with a wall here. 2 smoke wall. It's going to let them cross with wide smokes into garage or B.
2 smokes, though, can give a sightline of this AWP if they wanted to cross the secret. So instead, they creep through those smokes to main. And QZ won't have an angle open. Nissim close to the smokes could put a dampener on this main play, but he's going to check the secret side. And so that leaves main wide open.
Got to read
sAw have got the control they were looking for. They're out in the site now. Even though this hut aggression's coming through, Roman's got his eyes on it. And so sAw piece this one together cleanly. bigazera backstab out through ramp. He's not going to get given any more chances past that point.
That's just really nice pathing. To do that so late in the round, it's just the last thing that paiN are going to expect. They see smokes, they think they're just doing the late lower cross, but to walk through the main smoke, whew, that's a risky play. However, if anything, cheeky. It was the instant waterfall smoke on main that stopped the AWP from playing inside of it. So there's some thought to that, about how they're approaching their late round. It's a nice call for sAw. I think, yeah, they have had some really, in the run here through the RMR, in their qualification to London online, in the recent success that sAw have had prior to this event, I think their new T-side calling has been some of the most interesting part of it. So to see them make this little late half recovery is reassuring. But I say they need 5 here. Got to get back on track, keep them coming. 2 more on the half. And here's the 4x for paiN.
I mean, if you're able to run it back and get 5 straight, that will re-energize you. That will kind of bring your mental back up to speed. And they just need a bigger buffer as they can get at this point. Mutira has to run it out in the yard, but one of those smokes never materializes.
I missed it. There's 2 smokes in front of secret. Whoa.
A lot of damage done from bigazera on those crossing players. Another nade.
Oh, he saw him.
They've already made it down. Still, that's nice info. You know 100% they crossed with these.
No lower rotate. I mean, the 3 players will probably be surprised to paiN. bigazera is playing that rotation. He's on ramp. Try to get tucked in, maybe on Sanitara's position on B. And every time sAw have done this and taken secret through vent or outside, they've split ramp. So NQZ's getting curious. He's trying to clear it, and he's done exactly that. They know there's a heavy B hold. bigazera needs help.
Oh, maybe he doesn't. 2 kills up top of the silo. Quick turnaround from bigazera. Great awareness that pinch was coming in. Backstab as well down through secret. Mutira is left alone down at lower, is spammed out and dealt with. Awkward for Story as he finally finds his way, but this is no more love in the round for Story. He's just got to run for the hills. Hold on to that AWP, and so paiN will respond. They stop the streak in its tracks.
bigazera is so just enjoyable to watch because he is an in-game leader who is often a sacrificial player, often the weakest individual player in a team, but he knows he's not, and he plays like he's not. Playing star roles, outside on Nuke, rotating when he needs to, when they've got the AWP bearing down. And I just love watching. He's just running around the map. Wherever he feels that ending, he's going there.
Yeah. And, you know, I think that even speaks to his read of the game right now, because he is so often in the right place at the right time.
This was a guy who was meant to be the next runner for Furia, right? Like, upgrade this guy, put him on a team with partner spots.
I mean, and he was the one who was looked over the most, it felt like, right?
Well, you know, I imagine the buyout was pretty expensive, but whatever he's asking, pay him. Okay, a bit of a pace change. Last round of the half, what you got? Nothing.
Of course, it's bigazera. Starting all of these rounds outside, apart from when they go for that play. And there he is, staring at main, ready for it.
And he's already B. The smokes have come outside. He wants to come clear it. But this is a nice change. Materia's walking around the world. The Orpus and CT, that's a big pick. It's going to open up ramp. MQZ. Oh, the flick! And they're already down lower, but so is bigazera, shutting down the round and the half. 60-2 on the captain of paiN Gaming, trying to send them straight to the elimination stage.
He is an 8 KD. He's in the right place every time. He feels like he's knowing what sAw are doing before they've even done it. Calls coming in out of spawn, and bigazera puts himself in the position to succeed. And there's nothing that's driving this factor home more for sAw than how often they're running into bigazera, how often he's there to put up these multi-kills and win the round for paiN.
He's got fast travel. He's teleporting. Why is he in the B site? He should have been clearing secret. There were outside smokes, Harry. And he's hunting them down on the ramp hit. This guy's a nightmare right now for sAw. They cannot get a grip on him. Slippery. A great flick as well.
Like, what do you even do against this, man?
Lose.
That's really all there is left to do. This is an absolutely unthinkable performance from bigazera.
And he's been doing it every day of the major so far. Every day except that game, the Eternal Fire. bigazera has been almost unbeatable. sAw's best map, a 10-win streak, broken yesterday.
But even that was a back-and-forth overtime affair versus a battle-hardened Cloud9 squad. Gutierrez, good double kill over towards Secret. Trying to inject a bit of faith in the sAw squad that if they get the pistol, that's where the comeback starts. That's where the journey begins. That's what they have to believe right now. They've at least started it off well, 5v3.
Oh, thank you. Little USP grab. He's looking for a heaven kill, but they're not gifting. sAw playing this nice and safe. The ladder is open for business, but Story's inside of the site. Lobby taken. sAw know exactly where paiN can and are.
Good whiff for Story. Now they know they've got a man pinned in behind the boxes. Roman's tried to move in to lend a helping hand, and so there's the recovery from Story. Bomb goes tumbling away, and Lux can't convert that kill, never could, as he was locked in that fight for a long while. Okay. It's a flawless pistol round to open for sAw.
Pistol to puncture the Kevlar of paiN Gaming. Maybe it's something. But right now, there's not much reason to believe in sAw. And paiN have the breathing room to even go for an optimistic force buy if they want. It's not too common, but we've seen them come through a couple of times here in Copenhagen, even without bomb plants, just to catch your opponents off guard. paiN play it by the books. Just charging. There's no mollies. Now that they come a little late. Ramp smoke as well. And paiN, you know, if they want to be really sweaty, they can just wait out the nades, make sure some economy is invested into this round, and then just explode together.
And while we have this one, yeah, paiN are obviously playing as well with the kind of or carrying the torch, I guess, for the region, right? They're the squad, if they're able to move through on the back of this one. They lock in the 5 spots for the Americas, and then we have Imperial matchup coming up later on today versus Ecstatic, where you could look to earn a 6th. This is all running in the background with so many Brazilian teams still in play. Even a world where you can notch that up to 8.
Yeah, the crazy part about that is it felt like we were in a time where the right shuffles, quote unquote, for Brazil hadn't been made. Like we felt like there were better rosters to build. But if you're looking at results right now, well, these Brazilian teams are playing up and above what we expected. They bested the North Americans in the Americas RMR. And they didn't take that lightly. They're using that opportunity. They're making runs. They're upsetting. Cold Zero's legacy just dropping Apex as well today dominantly. This is a fantastic showing from the Americas region so far, and at least in this game it does guarantee qualification to the next stage. It's all to play for paiN. Get this first gun round, brush sAw under the rug.
Easy does it to start. Making it pretty low and slow. They know it's likely the bonus round for sAw, and there are still these SMGs in play. 3 of them, in fact. So I don't want to jump the gun and let those SMGs, much like how that first half opened, get away with more than they should. Full smokes outside. Story will be able to confirm whether or not anyone is using these.
They've just naded them as well. They're double out. They need to send someone in because paiN are about to execute. Don't have a lot, luckily. And this reposition for Arasdos off of the outside clear is important. Getting in sight in just the right time. Will the molly be primed as paiN execute?
Gonna get it out early. Nissim runs through, gets away with the opener. Arasdos thought he'd done enough to slow them down, but now you're looking at Roman to have to make a valiant stand in the site, and he doubles up. Did what he had to do in the round. Now it's down to the rest of them to finish the job. Mutir is looking to lock it in, draws NQZ's attention away from her. Noise is made on the run-up. Noise is made, NQZ chased down and finished off. So sAw regain control thanks to Roman locking down that top site.
That's a valiant attempt. I mean, Roman's looked decent today. He's been one of the few players who hasn't been shaky when we have expectations of them. Put on a couple of double kills. Won them the first round on the T side as well. Nice hold on upper. That was after Arasdos turned away. They just ran through his Molotov. He's trying to pre-dodge a flash. There wasn't any. So a solid round for sAw. He's got to keep them in the game for now. And don't get ahead of yourself because this is a difficult half on the T side of Nuke. Can feel so constricting at times, just as how sAw running into biggest area everywhere. sAw are going to have the experience to use their rotation player just as effectively. Well, this is a good fake out though. Smokes into an A hit.
There, yeah. Story just leaves the angle. Big Azera tries to spearhead that push. The pistols find one. They get a bit of control over the site, a bit of leverage now. sAw, do they want to try and strike while the iron's hot here before that plant comes in? Well, now they don't have a choice. Out through the heavens they go. One back for Lux. Having a reload here, damage done. Low health on everyone for sAw, apart from Mutiris, and he'll come up the vent to lock in that round and save the day.
Scary. Very scary. Sure, Lux gets a couple, but if he was earlier there, he could have just traded that CT vent player if he joined his teammate on the main rush. Either way, a bomb plant, a bit of damage, nothing to turn your nose up at for paiN. They must capitalize on it, because right now sAw are trying to wield a comeback. Trying to resist going down 0-2 in this series against a paiN who, yes, did deliver a whooping to ENCE on this map, but that was majoritarily CT side. You have to see their T side tested at this level.
Plus, I mean, like, even as we look down the player camps, paiN still looked very determined. I don't think they're going to let that first rifle round, that first fall down define the outcome of the game. That's their idea right now. You know, you have a bit of a misstep off the top. Doesn't pan out for you. You knew the pistols would have to come out on the back of it. You knew that that could be a way back in for sAw, but this is the one that matters. This is where you can keep that dominance over the game going.
What do paiN have to show here? AWP for NQZ. Story a silent series. But we're going to have that orb head-to-head potentially.
Yeah, it feels like they want to try and bully him a little bit, try and get ahead of Story, but not today. NQZ, sure, will get dropped out of the round. It's returned upon by Lux.
Not the first time we've seen Story jump and get headshot while doing it. If he didn't, his head wouldn't have been visible.
Flash of the captains out in the yard. Perhaps Mutir is on a jiggle, sees them at red. And he doesn't want to play into their hands. He doesn't want to give them that kill that levels the playing field. Instead, he just goes straight back.
So do they. Bomb's still stuck outside. It's going to take a long time to get back into the lobby, and Roman's got so much control.
Yeah, when you've conceded it for this long, you have to be aware that they could have taken this space, but that smoke in the door is meant to bait them into Roman. They're meant to discount this, but kawS won't. And that is a huge pickup. Everything was teed up there for Roman to be the hero in the round, and he gets brushed aside. A good check from kawS. Brings us into the 3-on-3, paiN Gaming. Licking their lips that this could be their route back in.
It's a 3-on-1.
Only Mutir is to get past, and his life won't be made easy. They're out through the door now, back turned on bigazera. That one's free, but it's a swift return from kawS, dealing with both the danger men in this round. Ujerk's a little late out through main. Arostos from the heavens. Firing off in main. Now they know where both players are. That's good info for paiN Gaming to play around. They're going to try and swing on the main player. This one has been all kawS. Can he finish it now in the 1v1 to keep paiN on this hot streak, to stop sAw in their tracks? kawS backs up and nails Arostos in the heavens. sAw ascent packing as kawS cuts through the ranks. Hell of a round from this guy who had been struggling in the major. What a time, what a redemption for him. He was part and parcel of the success back on Vertigo. And here on Nuke, he cooks up a huge round to return paiN to the lead, breaking that streak that sAw were on.
Yeah, the first T-side round, that's just an open opportunity now for paiN. They've got the money on the line. They can break sAw here at 11. That might just signal the end of the series. kawS has set them up, but Materials has something to say about it. bigazera spammed on the outside cross, and just because of the name alone, they might believe that these smokes are all a farce, but no one is behind them. So you see sAw don't send a single lower rotation. They are confident that that one kill is enough. They are right.
I mean, you know, since we've hit this T-side, it hasn't been the bigazera show anymore. He hasn't had a kill yet. It's come down to the rest of the team, the rest of the gang getting to flex and show their muscles a little bit now. So it's going to have to be the case here in this one, in the make or break round for sAw. If they lose this, they're broke, they're done. And Nissim looks to make it so. It's only story, a struggling story, a sad story for sAw, as this one might get away from them on their home map of Nuke. They are broke at the conclusion of this round. And paiN are just 2 away from doing it. sAw are now faced with a gut-wrenching decision. Do they try and put something up around the AWP? Do they believe in a story that's been struggling across not just this map, but the series, that he can be the one to dig them out? Or do they take that uncomfortable eco? They hope the AWP can deliver something, and they play for overtime where they have to win, what, 5 in a row to lock that in?
It's a horrible decision, no matter how you cut it, no matter which one you make. And it all feels inconsequential. It feels like paiN were made for the elimination stage. And I love how you characterize this T-side, because it hasn't been bigazera. Sure, there's been some nice ideas, but by and large, it's been the supporting cast, the surrounding players, kawS, Nissim, winning crucial rounds for this paiN squad. And there's a captain on your screen that has dragged them here to this 2-1 matchup. Harry, back in Paris, paiN were 2-1 up. They choked back-to-back BO3s, and they got eliminated in this very stage. Right now, they are rounds away from their highest placing yet. And this is a team that, even in the RMR coming through cleanly, we still doubted. But they didn't have the chance to show. You can only beat who's in front of you. And right now they're doing exactly that. 2 rounds for paiN from the top 16 of the Copenhagen Major. And this is an eco for sAw. It's story or bust.
Yeah, he has barely made a dent across the series. And so now the hopes and dreams of sAw are riding on the shoulders of this man, on the barrel of this AWP. Story has got to be the difference maker.
And it's just a full AXEC.
sAw might get dodged entirely. He's got to do some crazy shit through the vent, man. Story, up he goes, in he comes, and a missed shot. The AWP is lost, the round with it. paiN.
Nope.
Whoa! Yeah, Mutiras is chased down. That
love
AWP is
that.
recovered. You will not be saving that today, sAw. paiN have gone for the jugular, and sAw are bleeding out.
And what a great way to drop down there as well. There was no way to get an AWP next round without double saving it. You can't afford it. No shot in hell or in heaven. You just can get this exit, but it's a done deal. Dead in the water. 12 rounds for paiN Gaming. What a heroic run for this team. Not just to, yeah, good luck. Oh, no. Not just to do it, but to do it in the fashion that they have against the opponents they have, taking down Apex, absolutely humiliating ends on this map. And now sAw the big deal coming into the major, the ones with the hot streak, not just maps, not just BO3s, but on Nuke as well. And all of that unearthed.
Yeah, and this is like identity crisis now for sAw, right? The map that was your golden goose, your safe bet, the one that you could always rely on to help you in these BO3s. Part of their huge success back at the RMR, a 10-win streak turned to dust to Cloud9. You lost it in OT. You felt like you could have forgiven yourself for that. But you will never forgive yourself for this one.
Golden Goose, this is just a clay pigeon, and paiN have brought the shotguns. They're dropping in to end this with style, to end this with pizzazz down the vent. Running away is U-Jerks. He's got a lot to do. They're coming for him.
All around him, wrapping onto him. This one is falling apart at the seams. sAw, they can't recover this, surely. It's just Aros Dawson's story left in it. And paiN can taste the victory. It's right there. paiN have seen the weakness, they've seen the opportunity, and now they've seized their spot in the elimination stage. Spearheaded by the captain, who's not cold, he's red hot, man. Big as era, hell of a series, hell of a performance here. And then around him, those reinforcements that hit on that T side when Big Azera was a little more silent. You had some key rounds from this sim. And across the board, the stars shine bright for paiN. Where is the limit for this squad now? That's the question as they move on to that elimination stage.
That they do, and the explosion of emotions here is absolutely huge.
Explosive.
Right behind us. What?
It's explosive.
It definitely is. Oh, wow. Of course, for sAw, commiserations in this stage. They, of course, still have chances to advance, right? But we got to start with paiN.
Yeah, what a performance coming out of paiN Gaming. I think